Hi, it's Jane. As you know, today is Sunday Focus, and I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that are going on in my life and some of the ways that it helps me to deal with things. This past week, um, many of you who follow me on one of my other channels already know this, and I do film ahead of time. I will be honest about that, so that if something happens and I have to be away, I already have Bible readings ready to go. That is just one of the things that I do when I'm doing Bible readings. It makes it a lot easier. That way, there's guaranteed Bible readings ahead of schedule. And generally, it's maybe 5 days ahead. But in this past week, I serve at Awana in my church. And it is a youth group. And alongside of that, there is a youth group that meets every Wednesday night, year-round. That we have quite a few mentors that are there, people who work with the teens. And there was a couple on their way to the youth group, and they were hit head-on by a driver going the wrong way. And as a result of this accident, this young couple, 28 years old, 28 and 29-year-olds, one of them passed away, and that was the husband of the young lady. Now, she had a 3-year-old son who luckily was not with her, but she was pregnant. So she had quite a few fractures that they were going to have to be doing surgeries on, but she was also pregnant and her water had broke. So she was airlifted to a hospital to try to help save the baby. That did not work, so she lost not only her husband in that accident, but her unborn baby that they were excited about being born in August. So, as a result, you can understand our church has been in a bit of a turmoil for this week. But this week's Sunday focus for us was Psalm 77. And it is a lament. And it was presented to us. It's okay to lament. It's okay to cry. God expects that of us. And then also ways that you could help throughout that grieving process. And so you can imagine we've all come together as a church family to support this young family. The wife, like I said, she did lose the baby. But she has a great testimony because, as she said, she let it be relayed to the congregation that as she regained consciousness at the scene of the accident, where she and her husband were both trapped in the car they were in, she had comfort and a peace that surpasses all understanding immediately. And that's a great testimony for her in the upcoming months. You can see I'm tearing up. She was and is a stay-at-home mom. So things are going to change drastically for this young woman. And she has plenty of people who are coming alongside of her. But I wanted to mention something that I had started years ago that kind of helped me with some things and to see how prayers are answered. I had put it aside for a long time, and then this week I decided to start it back up. And it's just a prayer journal. It is a journal where I get up in the morning and I write out my prayers to the Lord. Whatever is on my heart and my mind at that time. But not only that, but it gives me a sense of being able to look back and see the prayers that were answered in my life. Maybe they weren't answered the way that I thought they were, but they were answered. And it allows me to focus on that and to give praise to God. And this is something that a lot of churches, a lot of people, when they bring a new believer in, they suggest that the new believer start doing. And many of us put it by the wayside. But I would suggest that maybe you should continue that practice for a very long time. They're real simple to do. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This was given to me as a Christmas gift. So, and I've even used the spiral notebooks. I've used plain sheets of paper, put in between a folder, you name it. There are a lot of ways to do a prayer journal that don't have to be super fancy or super, gorgeous. And then you can decorate it up as you choose. I know a lot of people do carry one. A lot of gals I know do carry one in their purse. I do have a smaller one that I carry. And these are some journals that you can get at Amazon that are on the go prayers as I'm going throughout my day wherever I'm at. So those are some simple things you could do if you are so inclined. But it's a good way to see how prayer changes you, changes your life, and how God answers those prayers. So, I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of heads up about that. I also wanted to be honest with you about the way that I do the Bible readings, as well as share a method for you to see where God is in your life and how He has answered your prayers, whether it's a no, a yes, wait and see. So yeah. All right, that's it for today. As always, remember to focus on your Sunday sermon at your local church or online church, whatever it is you use. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.